Good evening, distinguished guests, fellow Toastmasters, friends of Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Zumaridi and Almasi Toastmasters Club, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this special Toastmasters Awareness Session. We are delighted that you've chosen to spend your evening with us as we explore how effective communication and leadership development can transform careers, businesses, relationships, and indeed lives. Before we begin, allow me to share a brief history of the two clubs hosting tonight's event. This beautiful story begins in September 2020 at the height of COVID-19 pandemic. During the period, Kenya Revenue Authority identified an important gap. While many employees possess strong technical and professional skills, there was a growing need to strengthen leadership, communication, presentation, and public speaking abilities. To address this need, Almasi Toastmasters Club was established and officially chartered in September 2020. The name Almasi is a Swahili word meaning diamond, a gemstone renowned for its strength, brilliance, and value. The club experienced tremendous success and almost immediately attracting more than 80 members within a very short period of time. As membership continued to grow, it became necessary to create a second club to ensure members received maximum value, more speaking opportunities, and personalized leadership development experiences. As a result, Zumaridi Toastmasters Club was chartered in November 2020. The word Zumaridi is a Swahili for emerald, a gemstone symbolizing growth, renewal, wisdom, and excellence. Together, Almasi and Zumaridi have provided hundreds of professionals with a safe and supportive environment to build confidence, improve communication skills, develop leadership abilities, and unlock full potential. Tonight, we invite you to discover how Toastmasters can help you do the same. Whether your goal is to become more confident speaker, a better leader, an effective manager, a successful entrepreneur, or simply a more impactful communicator, you are indeed in the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toastmasters Awareness Session of 2026. Now I'll segue on to my other role as your Sergeant at Arms this evening. As your Sergeant at Arms this evening, allow me to share a few meeting protocols that will help us enjoy a smooth and engaging session. Number one, kindly keep your microphone muted unless called upon to speak. We encourage you to keep your camera on when possible. Seeing faces helps us create a more engaging and interactive environment. Please make use of the Zoom chat to share comments, reactions, and questions throughout the session. We encourage active participation. This is not intended to be a lecture. but an interactive learning session. During our table topic segment later on this evening, guests will have an opportunity to participate in a fun, impromptu speaking activity. We encourage you to be brave and give it a try. Most importantly, relax, enjoy yourself, and have fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, the success of any Toastmasters meeting often depends on the person who guides us through the program, keeps us engaged, and ensures the energy remains high throughout the event. Tonight, we are fortunate to have an accomplished Toastmaster who embodies the spirit of leadership, service, and personal growth. It is therefore my distinct pleasure to introduce Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anna Tufani. Anna, the meeting is now in your capable hands. Kindly a round of applause as TMOD Anna takes the stage.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms Avens. Good evening, distinguished guests, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're joining us from District 114 or from anywhere from the world. A very good evening to all of you. Can we please bring some energy in the room tonight? I know we are virtual and we're not physical. Can we please have a blast in the chat? I want to see you exploding the chat with emojis, with a comment, one word, one line. Please bring some emojis in the chat, everyone. Toastmaster Nick, Area Director Rose, Eric, Karen, Beatrice, Nelly, I see you all. A little word, a little emoji from you in the chat, please. I am waiting for you. Excellent. I see you. I see the energy. Elizabeth. Visiting Toastmaster Keza, Area Director Rose. Very nice. I'm very happy to be here. If you're excited to be here as well, please give me a wave in the chat. Leah, we met before. Hi, good evening. And to all of those for whom it's your very first time in this in a Toastmasters meeting, type first time in the chat because we would love to celebrate you. Come on, who are our first timers? First timers in the chat. No one? I am waiting. I'm sure there's some of you who are here for the first time. So please type first time in the chat. We are very, very happy to be celebrating you tonight. I wish you all welcome, welcome, and welcome to Zumaridi and Almasi Toastmasters Club's Toastmasters Awareness Session. My name is Hannah Tufani and I have the joy and privilege to be serving as your Toastmaster of the day for this session. Now, before we begin again, let's have some reactions in the chat. How are we feeling? Excited? Nervous? Anxious? Perhaps for the guests? Are you scared that you're going to be speaking tonight? If I don't see you, you're definitely going to be speaking. So come on, one word in the chat. Let's type it. Let's have some fun. Let's explode the chat. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent, Area Director Rose, for setting the tone. Energetic, love it. Please keep the words coming. Keep the energy coming. Let's keep the energy as high as now. Relax. Wow, I was expecting nervous. Curious, wonderful. Heart attack? No one is feeling like they're going to have a heart attack to this meeting tonight. You're very courageous. Expectant, wonderful. Thank you. Keep the answers coming. I love it. In fact, if nervousness burned calories, we would all be fitness champions by now, isn't it? Expectant, but not physically. Absolutely. Come on, keep the answers coming. I love them. But you know what? Here's the beautiful thing. Nobody joins Toastmasters because they're already confident. Nobody joins because they are perfect. People join because they have dreams. And when I tell you they have dreams of becoming better communicators, better leaders, dreams of speaking with confidence, dreams of discovering the best version of yourselves. Because this is Toastmasters. And perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, just perhaps, tonight marks the beginning of that journey for one of us in the room. And to officially remind us and welcome us why Toastmasters transforms lives around the world, it is my great pleasure to invite our distinguished area director, Toastmaster Rose Adandu, to set the tone for the meeting tonight. Before she comes, let us please flood the chat with some love or a lot of love for our area director, Madam Area Director Rose Adandu. The stage is yours. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Hannah. Wow, it is a great pleasure and honor to see each and every one of us in this room. If you forgot somebody at home or in the office, kindly send them the link and ask them to join in because they'll miss a lot if they don't. I was previously in KRA. I believe we got a little brief about Zumaridi and Almasi clubs. They were originated at Kenya Revenue Authority. I have been there for 19 good years. So anybody from KRA who is there, can you show me by an emoji that we're together? Yes, I collected tax. I can hear somebody in the background asking that. I did, huh? But taxpayers, don't worry. We're not here to collect tax today. Today is a relaxed day. We're relaxed. We just want to say thank you very much. You've heard about our history. We just want to welcome you all to this meeting today. And I would really hope that from today, you will pick up something that will change your life. Toastmasters is life-changing. It is not an event. It is a growth and a journey, which we are willing to walk with you. And as we continue, you will get to hear a lot more about what Toastmaster does and how you can fit in. For those who are new, we say welcome, feel free. It's a place where we relax, where we become ourselves. Many places we have to fake it, but in Toastmasters, you can be who you truly are, and you come the way you are. So again, I want to say thank you. I want to welcome you to this session, and I want to ask the Toastmaster of the evening if you want to segue into the next presenter, who is our DTM, or if you will first take over before we welcome her to the stage. Toastmaster of the evening, Hannah.
Thank you, Madam Area Director. I'll take over and then set the stage to welcome her. Is that okay? Are we good with that? Yes, I think we're good. So thank you, Area Director Rose, for these very warm and inspiring words. I think she really set the tone for this evening, didn't she? Come on, guys. I'm not very happy with the energy. A bit more of energy. I know you're probably sleepy. It's very late at your place. Some more energy in the chat, some more happiness. Let's contaminate the room with maximum hype that we've got. Let me ask you something. How many of us have ever thought of the perfect answers 3 hours after the conversation ended? Or perhaps you have had got this amazing idea but didn't speak up because you doubted yourself. Or maybe at work you have replayed that presentation in your mind and wished you communicated that better to your boss, to your colleagues. The truth is, opportunities do not always come with warnings. Sometimes they come disguised as a microphone. And when that moment comes, will we ever be ready? Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Our keynote speaker tonight believes that greatness already exists within each and every one of us, and it simply needs to be unlocked. So, are we ready to be inspired? Let's put it in the chat. I see Eric nodding. I'm very happy with that reaction. Are we ready to be inspired? Come on. Yes, we are, Eddie. So, if we are ready to be inspired, let's make some noise in the chat because I can hear the emojis speaking in the chat. Show some fire, show some love. Wonderful. I see the responses coming. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Madam Program Quality Director, District Director-elect Distinguished Toastmaster Margaret Njoroge with a keynote entitled Unlock Your Potential, the Power of Effective Communication. Distinguished Toastmaster Margaret, the stage is yours. Over to you.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of the evening, Hannah Tofene. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our most welcome guests. We're in for a treat this evening. We'll get to learn more about Toastmasters. We'll get to interact at a level that is intimate for us as Toastmasters, and I hope that the guests on the call will get to see how much fun we have in Toastmasters and want to join this incredible family called the Toastmasters family. A little history about Toastmasters. Did you know that Toastmasters began in 1924? And it was started by an individual and a couple of his friends. The name of the individual is Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. They came together as a couple of young men who had just graduated from university and college, and they wanted to practice on each other. They would meet at YMCA in California. Their sole purpose, when they first set out, was to practice delivering the toast. And the Western world is very good when it comes to toasting to different events and different individuals, different occasions. They realized that each time when they were called upon to deliver that toast in honor of a person or an occasion, they would mess it up. And therefore, they came together primarily to master delivering the toast, raising that glass in honor of a person or an occasion. And that's how the name came about. They mastered toasting. And in the process, they became Toastmasters. And because they were young men in the marketplace just setting out, they began to get opportunities for interviews, opportunities to present, opportunities to pitch for their businesses, to practice in networking sessions. And therefore, with time, instead of just coming together to toast each other, they began to practice how to conduct themselves in an interview setting, how to deliver a presentation effectively using adequate and effective presentations tools. They would also practice on how they would deliver a pitch on their businesses or even deliver reports at the workplace. Over the years, the Toastmasters began to grow into spaces that enabled these young active in the marketplace. You now know a little bit about how Toastmasters began. And over the years, it has continued to evolve into one of the most significant education forums where leaders come together to become more effective communicators and leaders. And that's what we're enjoying today, about 102 years later. And Toastmasters is still growing strong as a nonprofit organization. We do have a presence in about 150 countries, in more than 14,000 clubs, with a membership of over 270 members. And research has shown that it is an effective provider of dynamic, high-value experiential communication and leadership skills development. We do have testimonials. And it is no surprise that more than half of the Fortune 500 companies have Toastmasters clubs within the organizations. In fact, there are some with more than 10 clubs within their organizations. That tells us something, doesn't it? And I would like to read a few testimonials. We do have the CEO, the COO of Sony Ericsson, that's Mike Fasulo, who says we all know how important communication is in business and in life, and how daunting it can be to many. Toastmaster programs develops confidence in people to effectively communicate. How many of us joined Toastmasters because we want to become effective communicators and speakers? You may put that on the chat. Do you want to become an effective speaker, a communicator, or a leader, or something else? Whatever it is, put that in the chat and I'll be able to see it. Why did you join Toastmasters? For Dr. Al Smedley and his friends, they joined to be able to deliver the toast. What about you? Why did you join? Aha, somebody, Nelly says, to have my thoughts in order. Interesting, isn't it? Who else? Why did you join Toastmasters? Leadership skills, to grow my communication and leadership skills. Interesting. Effective communication and networking. Lovely. To enhance my public speaking skills. These are some of the reasons why we have joined, to improve my voice projection. These are some of the reasons why we have joined. Then we have Roger Caesar, who, by the way, was the third place international speech contest finalist in the year 2021. And I do encourage you to go find his winning speech. The name, once again, is Roger Caesar. He has a skill that he has developed in storytelling that stands out. And for we who are Toastmasters in the room and those of us who are aspiring to be Toastmasters, do take some time and listen to that winning speech. You'll be glad that you did. And for him, he says that unlike most people who have a fear of public speaking, I have a fear of speaking with executives one-on-one or in small groups. I run a company and it was very challenging for me to communicate with my employees. Because of my Toastmasters experience, I'm a more confident leader. And I've had the privilege of meeting Roger Caesar when attentional, and you get to glean from his experience as a Toastmaster. These are just a few testimonies. And I know if I was to give the mic to any of you, you would have a story to tell. Personally, I do have a story to tell. Having just celebrated 17 years in Toastmasters, and that happened on 31st of March, 2026. And therefore, I'm still learning, and I'm still here because I have discovered a place where I can sharpen my skills and become a better version of myself. That is the ultimate competition. Can you be better than you were yesterday? Can you stand before an audience and do something you are not able to do? Can you lead differently? These are some of the skills that we come and learn right here in Toastmasters. Over the years, Toastmasters has spread to different continents, even though it did start in the USA, in California. We do have a footprint in East Africa, and we have a district number 114 or 114. How did that come about? Why 114? What's so magical about it? It's the next number that was available when we had come together as Toastmasters and were ready to be admitted or to be allowed to be a district. And right now we have a presence in Rwanda, Uganda, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi. We're working to get our club back in Djibouti, and we do have online clubs. And guess what? On 1st of July, 2026, we are getting ready to welcome the Indian Ocean Islands, and specifically Mauritius and Madagascar. And this evening, we are so delighted to have the District 114 Division E Director-elect Toastmaster Hannah Tofene as our Toastmaster of the evening. And we can hardly wait. Our family, District 114, is growing. And we are so excited about that. Are you as excited as I am? And I can see all the love hearts from our area director, Toastmaster Rose. What are some of the benefits of forming a Toastmasters club? We're able to foster career advancement. A number of us, when you ask us today about when is the last time you were in a classroom, and they'll begin to say, I think it was the year 2015. And when you think that we're in the year 2026 today, it means we must be a bit rusty. But imagine when you join a Toastmasters environment, you become a learner for life, and you're able to advance in your career. If you're in an organization like KRA, for example, you'll be able to augment the existing training programs that are in your organization. And it also provides the employees with an added benefit, that of becoming a Toastmaster with all these benefits that accrue to you. And as a team, you're able to build team camaraderie. It's an excellent way to encourage employee retention. And because now the organization is growing its leaders from within, guess what? You strengthen the leadership bench. And the next time the organization is looking for somebody to promote, they will look no farther than you, who has been investing in your personal growth, sharpening those soft skills that no academic forum will teach you. Has any university told you to sit up straight, to make eye contact, to project your voice, to organize your thoughts, to learn how to speak at the drop of a hat? They train you on academics. But when you join Toastmasters, those skills that you need as you continue to climb the corporate ladder are practiced in the safe environment that is a Toastmasters club. And you become part of a wonderful family where you mentor one another and learn together. What will you learn when you join Toastmasters? What are we learning today? We're able to conduct effective meetings that start and end on time, meetings with an agenda that is followed, and people know what to expect and are able to participate because they know what is expected of them. We're able to practice time management, and time is something that none of us will ever get enough of. Everybody needs more time. But if you manage to manage it properly, it's one of the most beautiful resources that can help you stay on track with your goals. In the Toastmasters environment, we're also able to enhance our listening skills. And this is listening at a higher level. We call that active listening, where you don't only hear what has been said, you're able to translate it and interpret that message in order to get the intended action. I talked about sharpening presentation skills as one of the reasons Dr. Rolf Smedley and his colleagues came together. And this is something you'll have opportunity to refine during the Toastmaster segments. You're also able to boost team collaboration. You'll be able to guide successful teams. There are particular projects within the education program called Pathways, and we'll talk about that in a few. In there are some practical projects that you will undertake and have the opportunity to lead teams. And while you're at it, you're guided on how to make your team successful. And you can take projects even from the workplace or in the communities in which we live. And there is a step-by-step guide on how to go about that. And one of the gems we have in Toastmasters is the ability to receive and deliver feedback. When somebody listens at that higher level called active listening, they're then able to analyze how well you did in your particular delivery and give you feedback. And not just any feedback, it's constructive feedback, highlighting what you did well, pointing out the areas you need to work on or look into to elevate that particular presentation, and how you can challenge yourself as a leader to become a better version of yourself. Then we have impromptu speaking, and our SAA Evans talked about this earlier. And this is nothing but the ability to practice and train your mind to think on your feet when a particular scenario is presented to you. And it's an excellent networking tool. A little about the Toastmasters Club experience. It offers us what we call hands-on learning. There is no designated teacher in a Toastmasters Club meeting, as our guests will soon find out. But those who've never attended a club meeting, we all learn and practice on each other and give each other feedback. We have opportunity to practice the prepared and the impromptu and evaluations in that supportive environment. And that will not happen from just your assigned evaluator. Everybody in the club has opportunity to give you feedback. And that's how we grow, and that's how adult learning takes place. And you have fun as you do so. And there are opportunities for us to lead at every meeting. There are varied roles that are required for us to successfully conduct a Toastmasters Club meeting. You'll have access to a mentor or mentors if you could just dare and approach somebody who's taken on a project that you are getting ready to undertake. Meetings are held in person, online, or both. That's the hybrid version that we talk about. And therefore, you can attend as many meetings as you're able to. And guess what? Once you join any one club in Toastmasters International, you're welcome to visit any of the other clubs, and all you do is show up and let them know that you're a visiting Toastmaster from wherever you're visiting from. A little bit about the Pathways learning experience. This is the name of the Toastmaster. You join as a new Toastmaster, you will receive one free path to start you off. We do have 6 paths that you can choose from. And a path is nothing but a curriculum. Some of us went to university and took up BCom in finance. Others went into medicine. Others went into law. Those are different paths. And the material is available online. You work at your own pace. But for those who heard me speak in forums, I always say, do not try to compete with the tortoise. They already won the game for being slow. Set a pace where you'll be comfortable with your own growth as an individual. And as I wear my finance hat, where you get a good return on your investment. Make it count for yourself. As a rule, I take it upon myself to complete at least 3 levels every Toastmaster year. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I want a return on my money. I want to build my professional skills at a level that is higher than where I was yesterday. In terms of the kind of skills that we are going to hone in Toastmasters, we're talking about interpersonal communication and management skills. We're talking about the ability to lead strategically. Have that experiential learning. And for each of the paths, there are 5 levels. And we all begin in level 1. Similar to what happened to us when we went to university and college. All of us were put together for the first year. And this is where we master the fundamentals of communication, the fundamentals of writing public speeches and delivery. How do you introduce yourself? How do you learn the basic structure of a speech, which is a title, an opening, a body? What goes into the body? What goes into the conclusion? How do you leave your audience wanting more? And for that opening statement, can it grip your audience's attention to such a degree that they will not dare prepare their shopping list or plan their lunch or dinner while you are speaking? Because you have such a captivating opening. How do you engage your audience? In the second level, you're learning your style. And we've got beautiful projects like understanding your leadership style, understanding how you communicate as a leader. And another project that is compulsory in level 2 is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. Therefore, we do have all the level 1 projects as compulsory and the level 2 project 3 on Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring as compulsory. Everybody has to undertake those projects. Then we move on to level 3, where we're increasing in knowledge. In level 4, we're building skills. In level 5, we're demonstrating the expertise. The Toastmasters Pathways program is available to us digitally. And for as long as our membership is valid, you're able to access it from your own profile. Therefore, one of the things you need to ensure is that you always renew your membership in order to continually access these wonderful resources that we have in Toastmasters. What are the 6 parts that are currently available? We have dynamic leadership. We have engaging in humor, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, and visionary communication. And depending on where you want to start your journey, once you're onboarded as a Toastmaster, having paid your membership, you will select which of these parts you want to begin with. Communication and leadership skills in terms of presentation, then presentation mastery path is the one you need to start with. If you want to become a more dynamic leader, that's your path. For those of us who find ourselves having to communicate change and visions, then the visionary communication path is a solution for you. Do take time to read what each of these paths has to offer and make an informed choice for that fast path. Thereafter, you're welcome to purchase. I said if you purchase it in June, and I would like to say this for the benefit of Toastmasters in the room, then you'll pay the $20. But from 1st of July, the path price goes to $35. Therefore, fellow Toastmasters, do go in there and purchase that additional path if you need to by 30th of June 2026. The interesting thing about Toastmasters is that it's an ongoing program and it's very affordable. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm here 17 years later and still learning. I have purposed to be a leader and a learner for life. And it's a very interesting environment, and all the people you get to meet, you broaden and deepen your networks by being in this safe and supportive environment, the Toastmasters environment. If you're chartering a new club and you need a minimum of 20 new members, or you can get 17 new members and 3 members that are transferring from another club. After paying $125 US, you're able to register the name of the club that you come up with. We are in today's awareness session hosted by Zumaridi Toastmasters Club and Almasi Toastmasters Club. Those are the beautiful names that they chose for their clubs. And they each paid $125 to register that with Toastmasters International and be allowed to use all their resources. For each new member, you get to pay a one-off fee of $25 to onboard you on the Toastmasters database. In addition to that, we do have an annual membership of $120, which is really $10 every month. Does that sound like a cup of coffee and a snack on a monthly basis? It is so affordable. And depending on when you catch the particular wave, because we have renewal cycles of March and September, you will only pay the remaining months to the next renewal cycle. Right now, we're in June, and for those who want to pay and are joining an existing club, then you will pay from June to September or June to March, depending on how you want to pace your payments. If you are chartering a new club, then you will pay the full fee, either in 6 monthly cycles or an annual cycle, whatever the club members decide. But what is worth noting is it's $120 US annual membership dues per person. It is affordable and a worthy investment in yourself. For those of us who will be starting a new club, you will not do it alone. You will have support from at least 2 club sponsors and 2 club mentors, a total of 4 Toastmasters ready and willing to guide you, handhold you as you set up your club. And we've got wonderful resources once you join a Toastmasters meeting. As mentioned earlier, if it's a new club, identify 20 or more employees, or if it's a community club, members to join your club. Secure a designated place where you'll be holding your club meetings. Do you want them held physically? Will it be an online meeting? Or will it be a combination of the two, a hybrid meeting? Whatever it will be, you need to decide as members. Then each member will fill out and submit the application form and pay the charter fee of $125. Each new member pays $25, and the annual membership fee is $120. And that's a recurring one. The $25 is a one-off. The $125 to charter the name of the club is also a one-off fee. You'll also be guided by the Toastmasters leadership team. And as I bring this particular segment to a close, there is a businessman, Leela Cocker, who says that you can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get them across, your ideas won't get you anywhere. The power of communication. I'd like to stop there and take any questions that you may have, or maybe I can do that through our TMOD. I stand guided.
Thank you very much, Madam District Director-elect. That was wow. I do not have the words to really thank you. I think can we all unmute for a few seconds? Yes. To just give DTM Margaret a huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much for that powerful and very, very inspiring message. We are going to have a Q&A sessions right after this, but before that, we have another segment. So then we are going to proceed to the Q&A session. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling after this session? One word in the chat. Inspired, empowered, hopeful. I see Eric, all captivated and inspired. Motivated, curious, one word in the chat. Come on, keep the chat alive. Keep the messages going. How are we feeling? I think at this point, everyone feels like being part of Toastmasters is the best gift that we have given to ourselves. Thank you very much, Madam District Director-elect. Oh, exactly. I can relate, Loranta. More words, keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps some wiser, definitely a lot of wisdom there. Perhaps some of you are thinking, that's wonderful for these amazing speakers like Madam District Director-elect, but can someone like me really become that confident? Any one of you feeling that way in the chat? Come on, be honest, because we've all been there someday. But let me tell you that contrary to popular belief, confident speakers are not born delivering TED Talks in the maternity ward. Not at all. Confidence is built one conversation, one speech, one awkward good morning, everyone, at a time. One time you're messing up on a stage, whichever applies. But these people that you're about to hear from are proof of that. They were not born champions. They were once nervous too. Some of them joined with shaky voices, some with trembling hands, and some probably joined with avoiding eye contact. That was our favorite hobby back then. But joining Toastmasters made something change. And today, we're here to share our stories. So ladies and gentlemen, I will start by myself before passing on the floor to Area Director Rose for a quick testimonial. My why of joining Toastmasters has been, in few words, to gain my confidence. Growing up, I joined Toastmasters when I was 3 years back, so I was 22 years old, and right now I'm 25 years old. And I remember I was the least confident person in the room. When I walked into a room, I would compare myself to everyone. Why is this person prettier than me? Why does that one speak better than me? Why can't I be as good as everyone else in this room? And I joined Toastmasters not expecting, not knowing what this would do to me. I faced many challenges along the way. I have to tell you, I decided to leave so many times, but there was always that one person who pulled me back, anchored me, and trust me when I tell you right now what Toastmasters has done to me is nothing less than magic. It's not even related to only public speaking, communications, and leadership. Toastmasters has transformed the person that I am, and definitely it has not been overnight. Toastmasters has given me this sense of confidence. And when I say confidence, I don't mean that when I walk in a room, I know that I'm better than everyone else. No. When I say confidence, I mean that when I walk into the room, I know that it is okay not to be the best. I know that we are going to learn from each other and be better together. This is the kind of confidence that Toastmasters has given to me. Not comparing myself to anyone else, but embracing myself in and out, understanding and knowing that I am more than enough just the way I am. Not just enough, but more than enough. Toastmasters has transformed my life, and I will say it again and again and again. This has been the best gift I could give to myself. It has been magic, it has been powerful, impactful, not just professionally, but personally. And if any one of you wishes here to be 1% better than the version of yourself you are right now, just say yes and join right now. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. And this is the biggest gift you can give to a friend. That would be it for me. I would like to hand the floor to Area Director Rose, a quick testimonial for you about why you joined Toastmasters, challenges you faced along the way, and the benefits that Toastmasters gave you. Over to you, Madam Area Director.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, and thank you very much to our distinguished Toastmaster, PQD incoming District Director, Margaret. Wow, for that very interesting talk. I'll just give something, I'll try to be brief, but if you really, really want to hear my story, please attend the meetings because I say a lot more there. But what I'll say is that I joined Toastmasters in the year, if I'm not wrong, it was 2021. And I did it mainly out of curiosity. I kept asking, I see on what we call Lotus in the organization, there was this like a newsletter, and I kept reading Toastmasters and I was like, what's all this about? And then a friend asked me to join and I told her, why? How can I join something I don't understand? But then I observed her life. And she's somebody I even took to her wedding. She's a young girl, according to me. And I noticed as she says it herself in not correct English, she used to shrub, the word shrub. She couldn't even say shrub. She used to talk in vernacular. And I watched this girl grow. She grew to the point that she speaks on live TV. She presents in very serious places. She has gone out of the country many times representing the organization. And right now she's actually in senior management. I had asked her to join us. She wasn't able to come, but she says she'll come in the next session. And I watched this lady. So when she called me the second time and asked me to join, I said, yes, out of curiosity. What is this thing that they do that made this girl transform? I, at that time, felt I was a very confident speaker. And when I joined, a few months down the line, they were having elections and they asked me to become their vice president, public relations. And I said, no way, there's no way I'm joining EXCO at the moment, executive committee. And they told me, no, we'll hold your hand, you can do it. And I said, at my age, social media, oh my goodness, I'm not even in Instagram or whatever that is. My children told me that that's their platform. Wow. They gave me 2 weeks to think about it, and they held a second round of elections. And I had told them that if you get no one, I will join. All right, I had to keep my promise, and that's how I landed in Toastmasters. And just to give you one thing that happened is I didn't know what to do. And the club wanted posters out because they had a meeting coming up. So I looked for my Gen Z son to do the posters. And he used to do posters. Then I get the feedback that we don't take cartoons. And I'm like, oh my God, what next? And after some time, my son got tired of all this and he told me, Mom, just do this yourself. But he used to do very good posters and find someone to do it. And I had to learn. And when I learned, I can tell you that if you look at the posters that were there about 2 years back, the posters were really nice. I even liked them myself. And I learned to use Canva. My predecessor just left me and told me, just learn Canva. So through Toastmasters, I've learned so much. I've learned how to do better presentations. I've learned people management. That was another area I needed to work on. Having been in private, coming to the public sector, and in Toastmasters, it's voluntary. I had to learn. So I can say that what it helped me a lot with was soft skills. They teach on conflict management. You learn a lot about leadership itself, about mentorship, and also about managing a difficult audience. And all these things put together, I've done 2 pathways, and I found that it really grew me a lot. And just as I end, I will give just one snippet. I grew, first of all, from Vice President, Public Relations, to the President. I'm now the immediate past President. And from there, I am now Area Director, just ending my term. My team have really begged me to take on 2 term, and I said, no, I'll do 1 term. And a few have asked me to move on to division director, but I told them I'll do that a little later. I want to focus more on mentoring at the moment. But one last one I want to share is this. I was very unteachable as Vice President Public Relations because I felt the Toastmasters colors were not colorful. They were not exciting to me. So I would put what I felt was good. And we had the PQD, which is Program Quality Director at that time, who became a very good friend, who told me, Rose, she tried to correct me, and as I say, I was not correctable. So she had so much wisdom. This is what she said, and this is what I learned, which I hope you'll pick up. She told me, oh, Rose, I really love your posters. I love the way you place the logos, because I would put the KRA logo and the Toastmasters logo, and there's a rule that they should not be side by side. They have to be apart at the extreme ends. And she told me, I really love the way you place those logos. You do it so well. She didn't talk of the colors, mark you. And she asked me to give a talk on YouTube about placing logos. And this was going to go international. And I said, no way. I'm so new. This was in October of that, I think 2020, 2021. And I was to do this, I believe, in January. And I said, no way. But with time, she walked through. I got someone who was the first president of Zumaridi, Munguti, who is a moderator at the organization a lot of times. And we sat for a long time in the office, and she sort of like helped me put it together. And I got the confidence to present. You can check it on YouTube. And they guided me to look at the brand manual of Toastmasters, to look at the brand manual of KRA, and I learned so much. I learned that in KRA, you have to have a particular clearance around a logo. I learned also that to give anything in KRA that they're going to put in our lotus, it has to be landscape. And I learned the colors, and from then, I never did it wrong. So she taught me in a very wise way. And this is what I picked in Toastmasters. You're given feedback in a sandwich method. What is positive, what you can improve, and what you're challenged at. And it helped me before I left, because as I was in charge in public sector of a section, I found that the staff never really wanted to come to me when it came to letters, because I'd like to see all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed, and I was very strict about it. And they said, no, let's go to the other boss instead. And I realized, oh, it's just my approach. Okay, it's how to put it across to them that matters. And this is what I found I learned. I have so much more to share. I will share up to that point for now, but we can engage at another time. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. That was a wonderful one. And my takeaway from this is that in Toastmasters, when you do well, people applaud. But when you mess up, they applaud the loudest. So just to tell you, it's the most supportive and non-judgmental place. Just come, the safest space. Before we move on, I see some questions in the chat. Please keep the questions coming. We are going to take them up at a later stage during the session. For the time being, I would like to hand over the floor to Toastmaster Nelly for her testimonial. Please, Toastmaster Nelly, the floor is yours.
Wow, if there's something I like about your accent, Hannah, I enjoy it, that Creole French accent. Oh my God, it's awesome. It just makes me want to keep talking, I want to keep listening to you. Awesome. Creole. The words I remember in Creole, I can't even talk them in public. The things that people remember are the bad words, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, the bad words are the ones I can remember. But I love you and all that and saying hello, I can't remember. But bad words, I remember very well. Yeah. So thank you so much for honoring and coming to our meeting. That was a version of what I couldn't do before. I will not give feedback before Toastmasters. I will not, even if I have something to say, I wouldn't say it. So, but with Toastmasters, now I know I can crack up anyone. I can start a conversation with anyone. For me, the most I would do is just say hello and that's it. But now I can give you good news. I can give you bad news and you'll think I'm giving you good news because I have learned how to give feedback. There's somebody who was telling me that diplomacy, that the way I've improved, diplomacy is telling somebody go to hell and they're actually enjoying to go there. So that is something I've learned in Toastmasters. Yeah, to tell somebody they've done a bad thing, but they feel good. You still take care of their feelings. So those are some of the wonderful benefits that I've had with Toastmasters. For me, I am one of the charter members of Almasi Toastmasters, and I've gone through the seasons. I've not completed one path, and that is because I take a walk in the park. When our presenter told us that it is self-paced, I think I have overpaced myself. I think I'm too slow. The self-paced, nobody will push you, and so I'm still taking a walk in the park. So if you're those people who are like me, if I do not have pressure, please, I will not pressure myself. This life is to be enjoyed. So one thing I enjoy about Toastmasters is because also the networking. Now I know Hannah, I know even our presenter, and now very soon I'll be getting to have faces on somebody called Julius, Jessica, Mary, and the rest of us. So if you can switch on your camera just for a split second so that you can take a group photo and to know who's here. If you have two, just put up, okay, you have a second or two, put on your makeup, put your happy face. I think I'll do the same. And then we can take a group photo. Yeah? Boys, please, Barney. This is the second where you put on your makeup. Just to switch on your camera, let's take a group photo. I will not be able to do this before. Before Toastmasters, never in 100 years. Please, oh, please. Hey, your smile. Why is this one not coming down? Good. Thank you. The cameras are, oh, thank you, Brenda. Lisa Dika. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Angela, Dave. Wonderful. Nick, if you're able, makeup time. I've extended the makeup time. Yeah, boys, wonderful. Aha. Now, how do I take a photo here? Going. Hey, wonderful. Christine Kimemia, are you able to? Wonderful, Elizabeth Kiprita. Woo! I can see you're joining in. Oh, James Kanye, awesome. Wow, why were you hiding your beautiful faces? This is the time to smile. Have I taken the photo? Woo! Hey, trust me. There. Have I? Good. I am. I'm about to take the photo. Hey, this gadget thing. This is where Toastmasters has made me get to. Hey, wow! I did it! Thank you so much for putting on this. Oh, wonderful. Wait. Hey, Shuber. 1 minute. I copy pasted somewhere. Hey, where has it gone? It's disappeared. No, not yet. No, good. Samsung, Vinad, please put on your camera. I have to take 2 photos. My screen is not that big. Brian, hey, I'm here at Hannah, Mibei. Yeah, so that we can take a group photo. Okay. All right, let me work with what I have. photo done. I think. Good. Ahem. Yep. Ah, wonderful. All right. You will see what I have done. If I've not done a good thing, we will repeat. So don't be scared to repeat. I will be here to repeat. How is everyone? Here I am. Control V. All right. Back to you, our team. I think I've learned practically what I have learned from Toastmasters, where I can talk, people can listen to you, and they actually do what you tell them to do. Thank you, James. Thank you for putting on your cameras. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, all of you. You look awesome on this side of the screen. Back to you, our team.
Thank you so much, Nelly. You literally elevated the energy of the room. And yeah, this is what Toastmasters does. Like she said, people actually do what you tell them to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, join Toastmasters and people will do what you tell them to do. That was a wonderful testimonial. Thank you so much for literally brightening up the room. And our last testimonial for tonight will be by Toastmaster Eric. Are you there? The floor is yours. Over to you.
That energy, Nelly. Thank you, TMOD. Just like our AD, our area director, I can also take an hour, but I would like to be as brief as possible. First of all, I must appreciate who you have here. If this was a school, a secondary school, then we would be having almost the CS or the Principal Secretary of Education. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Margaret Njoroge, the incoming district director. Now for those guests, we have a lot of guests. We start from a club, then we go to an area that combines several clubs, roughly 5. Then we go to a division that combines several areas. And then we go to a district that now combines more than 15 countries. So I'm glad to be here. I joined the Kenya Revenue Authority in 2005. That means I'm over 20 years in service. And I've grown through the ranks up to 2022 when I got to management level. And I felt I need to improve 2 things. Number 1, leadership. Number 2, I needed to improve on networking, creating new circles and circles who will develop me. So in 2022, I joined a club in Mombasa, the oldest club in Mombasa, Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club. If there's anyone from Mombasa Island, just wave or just react. And I grew up to leadership, and I'm the immediate former vice president of public relations in Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club. I'm the one who used to do the PR in that club. Then in last year, I felt I'm now 4 years in Toastmasters. I'm in a club, a community club, a public club, and my employer, Kenya Revenue Authority, for over 20 years, has 2 clubs. That's Almasi and Zumaridi. I felt I need to, charity begins at home. So I transferred my membership from Mombasa Island to Zumaridi. Because I knew the beauty is, even if I transfer my membership to Zumaridi, I'm still eligible to give speeches across the world in any of the more than 13,000 clubs that we have. And here we are, Zumaridi. Here we are hosting the district leaders, division leaders. And how did I get to achieve leadership and networking? That's why I've talked about areas. Now, I have friends in Ethiopia, in Uganda. Right now, in this call, we have members from across East Africa. If we were to put flags here, these would look like United Nations. And these are people we interact with in WhatsApp groups, we plan meeting with, and I would like to invite all our guests to our upcoming meeting so that you can be able to experience what happens in a real Toastmasters meeting. You'll find you are giving a speech, being evaluated by someone from Ethiopia. The speech is being timed by someone from Uganda. The person who is looking at your grammar is someone from Tanzania, from Dar es Salaam Toastmasters Club. And how good is that? You get feedback, and on the part of feedback, you grow. I'm currently at level 4. What our DTM means to distinguished Toastmaster. This is the highest honor you can receive in Toastmasters after you have done so much. She presented about levels, level 1, 2, 3. And this is self-paced learning. This is peer feedback. You are not being evaluated by someone who is a teacher. It is your peers. They come and tell you, improve on this, you can do better on this. And you can imagine at level 4, I've done an average of 5 projects per level, more than 20 projects. I've given more than 20 speeches. Without counting impromptu speeches, without counting the roles I have taken in different clubs. I have attended meetings in very many clubs. Therefore, when we talk about networking and leadership, you are able to get that all in one. Another example I would like to give in terms of networking is at Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club, which I joined first because I'm based in Mombasa. For those who are in the authority, I'm in large and medium taxpayers department. The current incoming president, the incoming president of Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club is actually a CEC. CEC in Kenya is a committee, an executive committee member in a county executive committee member. We call them waziri. He's the equivalent of a minister in national government. Now in counties, we also call them ministers. So the incoming president of Mombasa Island Toastmasters Club is a minister in the county government. In the area which we call Area 9 Pwani, some of the members who are there include the county secretary. So you can see what we mean by networking. You meet people out there who you would not have ordinarily met. And now that you have come to a Toastmasters meeting, you can even discuss business. You can even collect tax in a Toastmasters meeting. How good can it get? And as I conclude, I was looking for 2 things, leadership and networking. But I got extra, I got more. I didn't know that I'm going to get fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. Last month in Mombasa, we cut a cake for Zumaridi, having been awarded from the International Toastmasters International Office, been awarded for excellence. And we received some dollars. And we said, let's go to the beach, cut a cake, enjoy, and record something. That's on YouTube. I did not know that I'm going to get leadership, also perfect my communication alongside doing it with a lot of fun. And also, I was able to add something I didn't know that I'm going to get, and this is mentorship. I didn't know that when you join a Toastmasters meeting, you are paired with a mentor, someone who will grow with you. You become friends. They tell you this is what we do here. Because when I joined in 2022, I was wondering, now, how do I know how this club works? How do I know when to give a speech? How do I know how to make payments? But when I got a mentor, I was able to get guidance. And this guidance it goes beyond Toastmasters. You make friends, you have a family that then grows to a bigger family. You can imagine going to Tanzania and being able to meet friends through Toastmasters. Back to you, MC of the day, Toastmaster of the day, or is it Toastmaster of the evening?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Eric, for that wonderful testimonial. And I see responses in the chat already saying that they are going to join. So I think we fulfilled our purpose. Thank you so, so much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, welcome to one of the most exciting parts of every Toastmasters meetings. And don't worry, no one is going to be interrogated. Nobody is taking an exam. And I promise that participation tonight is not going to affect your salary, your inheritance, or your membership. Now, instead of asking you serious questions, we are going to create a story together. Yes, that's right. So by the end of this segment, you never know, we could be presenting the next Netflix series, or at the very least, something that will keep us laughing for the rest of the evening, but let's dream big. Here's how it works. I am going to begin this story, and I will invite some brave souls randomly to continue this story for about 60 seconds. That person will stop at an interesting moment and pass it on to the next person. So, are we ready? Please show some thumbs up in the chat so that we can begin. Now, I need your full attention now for the next few seconds as I begin this story. So, our story begins like this. Last Tuesday, I woke up late and rushed to my Toastmasters meeting. Halfway on the road, I realized everybody around me was staring. I looked down and felt very embarrassed. A stranger walked up to me, handed me an envelope, and whispered, "Hannah, we've been looking for you." And what happened next? I am going to call upon Toastmaster Leah. The floor is yours. Over to you. Toastmaster Leah, are you there?
Yes, dear Modi, I am here. I have been here. Have you not seen me? You know, when you focus on something, you are not able to give any other thing an undivided attention. This is the value that one gets by listening to some wonderful speeches. If you ensure that you are giving the speakers your attention, you are able to enjoy wonderful stories that will teleport and transform you entirely. What do you think about this, Evans? Over to you. Toastmaster Evans? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, as Evans is coming on board, as I was there and everybody was staring at me, and they handed me this envelope and told me, "We've been looking for you." I looked around, I looked at myself just to confirm that everything was in order, which it was, and I didn't even know who these people were. And I quietly asked them, "Why were you looking for me? Is it to arrest me?" Or they said, no. We're not arresting you. We are actually offering you a position as the next ambassador of Kenya to the United States of America. We have been trying to reach you, albeit on your old number. And looking at your card, you had an old email that read KRA, which is no longer working. Your name was given to us by one of your colleagues who became the CS in the child's department. And for sure, that was my friend. And she actually is there. I hope that from this, Evans will put himself together, because to see me, he will need to come through 2 secretaries. And I will now hand it to Eric Wanjohi to let us know the next step after I got the letter and how he got involved. Eric Wanjohi, over to you.
I had to get involved. I'm a tax collector. It runs in the blood. I needed to know in these appointments, people are getting salary, they are getting increments. Where is the pay as you earn? How is it going to translate to my collection, my target? My employer expects that at the end of the month, I need to have what we call RAI, Revenue Enhancement Initiative. The budget, the CS Finance, our Minister of Finance, wants to finance a 4 trillion budget. I have to look for people like Rose, who are growing bigger, making more money, and they file nil return. So I found out that Rose has been filing nil returns. So I wondered, how can you be filing nil returns? And I've seen you in the news being announced to be heading to the United States, Toastmaster Ivan. Is that possible?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Eric. I'm going to take over here to hand over so that we give our guests the opportunity as well. I see the president of Rodrigues, Solitaire Toastmasters Club, founder, president amongst us tonight. President Laval, are you there? Would you like to take over? President Jean Laval Plech, are you there? No, probably not. So we are going to hand over to one of the guests in the room tonight. One of the guests. So please don't be scared. Just give it a try. It's perfectly okay. We're here to support you and just have fun. So I am going to hand over the floor to Priscilla. Priscilla, are you there? No. In that case, Zinat, are you there? Come on, guys. I know you can hear me. Just unmute and give it a try. We're just going to have fun. There's nothing scary. Hannah, I see another Hannah in the room. Hannah, are you there? Yes, Hannah is there. No. Cedric. No one's responding. Probably we'll go back to Evans. Eddie, visiting Toastmaster Rahab, are you there? Exactly, it's not a death sentence. You're here. Over to you.
Good evening. My name is Rahab from Smart Speak Toastmasters. Am I supposed to continue with the loop?
Yes, you are.
Okay, why am I filing nil returns? It's because tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance is not illegal. Therefore, those who came before me had more income. Therefore, I'll hand it over to Cedric.
Cedric unfortunately can't speak. Thank you so much, Rahab. Eveline, are you there? Jessica. Julius. Come on, guys. Samuel, Are you there? Come on, Samuel, be our hero tonight. I know you're there. Elizabeth, the floor is yours. The guests absolutely do not want to speak tonight, so we'll hand over to Toastmaster Christy. Are you there? No. Toastmaster Karen. Visiting Toastmaster Gezabu Murray. Over to you.
Well, oh, okay. It's Kezabu. Well,
Sorry.
to continue from her story, filing a new return is not tax evasion, but rather avoidance. And yes, where I was working, I was volunteering. I was not paid anything in cash, but rather I was getting a skill. And having been nominated and chosen as an ambassador to the United States, I will be earning something in cash. Dear taxpayer, I'll be submitting something to your docket. Kindly let me go for this great opportunity that has presented itself to me. And I hand over to Davis Anunda.
All right. So after all those thoughts, I decided to pick up the letter and I went home with it. I showed it to my wife. I told her, look, I have this offer of going to work abroad for 2 years. She looked at it. The salary was good. The allowances were good, but I was going to go away for 2 years. She said, no way. There's no way you're leaving me alone with these kids for 2 years. She tore that letter, she tore it into pieces and threw them into the dustbin. Lo, I was shocked. This opportunity had gone and I couldn't know how to move on next because I had just resigned from my job that very day. Somebody else. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Davies. That was very courageous of you, and I loved it too. So now he's depressed and he decides to move on. So the next day he goes on a date. Julius, this one is easy. Over to you. Davies went on a date. How did it turn out?
Pardon, please?
Yes?
Please, I beg your pardon.
I'm saying he was depressed and he decided to move on because it was very hard for him to move on. So the next day he went on a date. Continue the story.
In that date, the discussion turned around to be positive, and one of during the checklist on in preparation for the offer, he realized that he did have the passport, which is very essential for such a trip. And he realized because of the connections experienced in the Toastmasters, there was a lady who was working in the embassy, and through a phone call, the lady offered to support and get the passport shortest time, and that gave him morale to continue with the ambitions again to get the offer.
Thank you so much, Julius. That was very nice. And while he got the morale to continue with the ambition, we're going to take one last participant, and I want this to be a volunteer. So while he got the morale to continue, he got rejected by his date over there. So again, back to single life. Please end this story. A volunteer. Come on, anyone. Who's going to be a star and hero for tonight's session? No one's volunteering. Okay, Williams, over to you.
Oh my God. Before I continue, can you just repeat how the story was going? Just repeat it.
He got his morale up again to continue with his ambitions. But then he was going on a date, remember? He got rejected by his date.
He got rejected by his date.
Continue the story.
Well, this was really bad for him. He got rejected by his date. And while they were in the date, when she was about to leave the door, he stood up and ran towards where the lady was exiting the restaurant and asked her, "My darling, what's wrong? It's us that we are growing as a family when I get to United States. I'll call you there when I get there. And I'll make sure that you get also there with me. I'll talk with the president. We'll have a conversation with him and tell him that my wife almost told me that I'm not taking this offer. And then I'm sure he's going to let us live together with our kids. Because, without you, I cannot be able to function even when I go there to United States to work for the country." And that's how he got himself out of the hook, and he communicated with those guys who are telling him to go to United States to be an embassy. And it has always been so good to have a family together when you're working as an ambassador, when you're outside the country. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Williams. I see a comment to say that Williams is right into the story. I think he could relate to the point of being rejected. So he really felt it and all those emotions. Wonderful one. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've just proven two things tonight. First, imagination is well and alive. And second, never underestimate what can happen when Toastmasters are given a microphone. Can we all give a big, big round of applause to our storytellers? Because tonight was not just about perfection. It was about courage. It was about having fun. And it was about discovering that speaking can be enjoyable. Who knows? Perhaps the next best-selling author, the next Mel Robbins is with us tonight in the room. No, guests, don't worry, this was not East Africa's Got Talent. So next time, please participate. We are not going to judge you. And now, Toastmasters and guests, this is your opportunity. This is your moment. Ask anything. I know we have your questions in the chat already. Anything about membership, about Toastmasters, about mentorship, about District Director-elect's presentation, pathways, meeting schedules, leadership opportunities, everything. Or perhaps the question that you secretly want to ask, do experienced Toastmasters still get nervous? Yes, we actually do. And no, there are no silly questions. So keep the questions going, and perhaps Sergeant at Arms Evans can help me moderate the panel to see whether we have any questions. I will kindly request Area Director Rose, Toastmaster Eric, Toastmaster Neely, and Distinguished Toastmaster Margaret to take up the questions. So any one of you, I see the first question in the chat is from... We have a question in the chat. Anyone else has any question? Please do not hesitate. So from Eddie, do you have mentors or clubs in the arts industry or learning paths suited to such careers? Who would like to take up the question, or should I direct it to one of you? Yeah, Director Rose, perhaps?
Okay, I was going to actually direct it to DTM Margaret.
Please go ahead.
Margaret, would you like to answer it kindly?
Thank you very much. That's a very interesting question. One of the things we realize as we are going through the different paths is that each path is so rich with the kind of projects that are contained in each path. As I mentioned earlier, the first level is on mastering fundamentals. The first project is the icebreaker speech, where you introduce yourself to the club. That particular project applies to everybody in whatever industry you're in. You need to be able to put your speech in the basic structure of having a title, a body, an opening, a body, and a conclusion. Then the next thing that all of us need is to be able to get to the point each time we speak. And guess what? The second project in level 1 is writing a speech with a purpose. How do you ensure that whether you're doing arts or sciences or whatever it is? The third project is equally interesting. It's the introduction to vocal variety and body language. How do you use your voice as a tool to help you communicate more effectively? What about your body? How do you use your body, your gestures, in order to effectively enhance your message? If you're in the arts world, for example, there is an opportunity for you to practice a higher level of your presentation skills. Act out your speech, and you'll be very comfortable in the arts. As we move on to level 3, we have electives, projects on storytelling. And I remember my fellow club member, William, saying that he wants to take on the storytelling project. There are so many projects at each level that will enable you hone your skills irrespective of the industry in which you are in. And therefore, be very comfortable, even as you pick the different parts. You will be honing skills in the industry you find yourself in. Back to you, our TMOD, Hannah. And I hope that answers the question.
Thank you very much, Madam DD-elect. I think that fully answers the question. Our second question would be, I will merge 2 or 3 questions together, asked by HTG and our guest, Anne. Is the fee of $25 paid annually? And someone else has asked for clarity. New members have to consider a cost of how much? Over to you, Madam DD-elect.
Excellent. I'd answered that particular question on the chat. Did you see my response? Talking about the charter fee? Rose, would you like to add anything further? Go right ahead, our area director.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I can answer on that one. The $25 is a once-off payment, which you pay for registration with the International Toastmasters International. So once you pay it as a new member, you will not pay it again. However, if you are a member transferring from a different club who already has a membership number, that would mean you had already paid the $25 previously. So you do not have to pay it a second time. It is a one-off payment. However, on top of the $25, there is what DTM Margaret talked of, $10 per month. We have a renewal cycle, which is twice in a year. So in September and in March of any year, we need to submit the payments to the Toastmasters International in order to renew our membership. So if you're a new member, pay $25 once off, and then you add 10, 10, 10 every month up to the next renewal cycle. Right now, we are in the month of June. The next renewal cycle is September. However, because you are new, we expect that every 6 months we will be making payment. So look at it as 10 times 6, which is 60, plus the 25. That is $85. So right now, work with the figure of $85 in your mind. You may ask, how do you translate the dollars? The dollar right now is roughly at 131, if I'm not wrong, but because of bank charges, we round it to 135. So you would look at 60 plus 25 is 85. And if you take that times 135, that gives you 11,500 rounded that you can pay, get the information, and when it gets to the renewal cycle in September, you will have a small balance. Why? Because between June and September, we have only 4 more months to go. So 4 times 10, 10, 10 is 40. So ideally, 40 plus 20 should get you there, at the least $65. But because you are new, it would be advisable that you just give the 60 and the 25, and then you can get your download and your member number. After you have become a member, you can now agree on a payment monthly of $10, roughly 1,300 shillings, 1,300 Kenya shillings, that you can give to your treasurer or save it somewhere. And every 6 months, pay it as a lump sum. And that will make your life easier. So you may feel it now, but I can assure you the cost is worth it. What you gain is so rich that it will be worth it. And talking of the networks, I was at Rwanda the other day. We went for speech contests. I got so many contacts there. And one of us did not come back immediately with us because he got a contract and he stayed on. And one thing I forgot to mention when I was speaking, we had someone on call called Dan. I don't see him now, but he's a member of what we call the Speakers Bureau. And he helps to link people to organizations. And I have a friend who was, I think, on her own, but I believe he's linked people as well to Safaricom. And for 30 minutes during Corona, that was, but it also happens outside of Corona. For 30 minutes, she was paid 300,000. And for 1 hour, which she did, she was paid 600,000. So that's how you can even monetize the skills that you learn in addition to the networks. I hope I've answered you in terms of how much it will cost. As a new member, work around $85, which is 11,500. And should you have to give less at 65 to help you join right now, we would be talking of around 8,800 rounded as at now in Kenya shillings. Should you want to pay for the whole year, I believe DT Margaret put it on the chat, that would be 60 times 2, which is $120. But remember to add the 25. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, and also to kindly request that you give us a little more time to wrap up. We had thought of finishing at 8. We have gone a little beyond. We thank you for this indulgence, and we pass it on to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. In that case, we're going to wrap up the questions, the Q&A session. If anyone has any further questions, again, you can direct it to Sergeant at Arms Evans, and he's going to get back to you regarding the questions that you've got. Yes. So, Toastmasters and guests, 1 year from now, you could still be wishing, or you could be growing. You could be saying, I wish I had more confidence. Or you could be standing on this platform called the world's biggest secret, Toastmasters, inspiring someone else to take one step to be closer to the best versions of themselves. And perhaps one day you will be telling people, I joined Toastmasters because someone dragged me into a Zoom meeting and look what happened today. Because confidence changes lives, and trust me, no one has ever said that I really regret becoming a better communicator and leader. No one has said that. No one will ever say that. In fact, when you're going to look forward, you will be thanking yourself for doing this. So if you believe growth is possible, if you believe your voice matters, if you believe you're capable of so much more, just type yes in the chat. Future champions, future leaders, future change makers, keynote speakers, they are not anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen. They are right here amongst us. They are in this Zoom meeting tonight. And just say yes to becoming better. Say yes to being part of the Toastmasters community, because we are waiting to welcome you with all our heart. And perhaps the next Toastmasters story begins here tonight with one of you in the room. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure serving as your Toastmaster of the evening. On this note, I would like to hand the floor to Area Director Rose for the closing note. Over to you, Madam Adi.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Can we kindly give her a round of applause? That has been a wonderful session, and I love your energy. Wow, wherever you are, we just want to be there. So we ask that you welcome us. As we wrap up, I would like to give you the dates that we meet as Almasi and Atmari. As Almasi, we meet on the first and the third Mondays of the month in the evenings. Once it's online, and the second session is in person at Times Tower. Times Tower is for free. If you need to go in with your vehicle, you just give the details in advance, just for security purposes, and you'll be allowed to go in. Once in a while, we do joint meetings. For Zumaridi, we meet on the second and the fourth Mondays of every month. For both of these, we are talking of evening from 6:30. We normally take roughly 2 hours for each meeting, and we have them in 3 segments. We have the first segment being speakers, then the second segment, table topics, and the third one, we give evaluations. You are free to and welcome to join. I saw somebody ask whether we have a club near Machakos. What I need you to know is you can join any club. You are most welcome to join us, and you're free to attend any other club at any time in the world. You can attend in the world. If you're asking in terms of a physical club and you can give us your area, we will always be able to guide you on where you can go physically. We have Evans, for example, who is our incoming president of Zumaridi. He is in Mombasa as we speak, and so is Eric Wanjohi, and they've done a wonderful job. So it is possible that even when we get the trainings for club officers, you can attend at the nearest point. They normally attend in Mombasa, but they do belong to Zumaridi, and they run up with the club. So feel free to attend anywhere. I am a dual member. I'm also a member of an international club as well, and you can be a member of 2 clubs. With that, I would want to say thank you very much. I was hoping that as we end, I can give at least one guest a chance to give us feedback on how they found the meeting. Do we have anybody who would want to volunteer and just give a quick feedback? As I also thank the Toastmasters who have come from other clubs profusely. Anybody who can quickly let us know if they have feedback? Evelyn, are you bold enough to unmute and give us feedback? Evelyn's not in the room. Winston, are you in the room? Oh, go ahead, yes.
Thank you, Rose, for the opportunity. I'm still shy. I just want to say I think it was a very educative session. I've learned a lot. I'm picking up, and I think one can really grow in terms of confidence, in terms of maybe enhancing your speech, in terms of networking. I've really, really enjoyed the session, and I'm hoping that I can join soon. And I'm really happy to be here. I think it was worth it. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Evelyn. And as she said that, she reminded me of something. In Rwanda, there was a conference which was being held for CEOs. We had Dangote there, if you know Dangote, and we had quite a number of presidents who actually were brought on board. And let me let you know that the person who was moderating that was a Toastmaster. I was invited, but I didn't have $500,000 to pay to enter. But we had another Toastmaster who is also going to be a division director called Atul, who actually attended that meeting. That is what you get as Toastmasters. My life after KRA, I am running a tour farm, which I started a long time ago. I haven't started, so Eric, don't come I'm still doing nil returns for the time being. But I got very, very useful contacts from that trip and from Toastmasters itself. I've also had people who have helped me with personal issues, like a drainage that needed sorted. I come across an engineer. I needed something. You need a website. You'll always find somebody who is in ICT. And it is really, really good. So please you can monetize. And we have one person who is in our clubs who actually does MC work now. And he says that he does it for the company and he earns more from MCing than he earns from the work itself. Within KRA, we have Karanu. What's his other name? Mushiri Karanu, who I believe right now is in Japan. But a lot of times he's gone with top management, even out of the country. We have, if you know, Mbide Munguti, we have quite a number of names. And these people have grown and through Toastmasters. So yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for that. I'll just give one last person, Hannah. Hannah Migwi, I know that you are there. Can you kindly let us know how you found the meeting at whatever point you joined? Hannah, are you still with us? Okay, let me just open it to the floor. Anybody who'd want to say something as we finally wrap?
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening, go ahead.
Please allow me to say I'm new. This is my second Toastmasters meeting I'm attending, and I can say this is a Toastmasters group of professionals of the kind of fluency and the eloquence I've seen in this meeting is on another level. So the challenge is accepted. I would like to join the Toastmasters Club. I'm based in Mombasa. So any leads will be highly appreciated, at least to do a physical one, to put myself together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julius. That is noted. I will kindly ask everyone to fill the form. If Evans can share the form again, where we can get your details and it makes it easier for us to reach you. I will also kindly ask Evans to put his contact, his phone number and email in the chat or to read it out so that it will be easy for him to get us. He'll be able to give you feedback and we'll know how to get ourselves organized between the two clubs. Well, thank you so much. I think I'd like to end there. I can see I have a little Toastmaster who wants to join me here. You want to say hello? Yeah. And that would be enough for the evening. Thank you very much. The meeting for right now will be adjourned, but before we close, we'll leave it open for us to fill the form. We'll leave it open for us to network, and we'll leave it open for us to get the contact. Or Evans, do you mind if I read out your number?
No, proceed.
Okay,
Proceed.
I can proceed with your number. All right. I think you can take this number down as he puts it in the chat. 0715 435 969. 0715 435 969. And Evans will represent both the clubs as he does this. So thank you very much. Let us know through the chat, through also the form. If you're willing to join, call us, even through Evans, contact us. You are most welcome. Thank you very much and see you at our next meeting. He will put you in a group called Friends of Zumaridi and Friends of Almasi, and we'll continue and take it up from there. But just to let you know, we're going to do another session. Please call and invite all your friends. Within a week or two, we will repeat this until we get to the end of the month. And we want to see you grow. Thank you. And with that, thank you very much to all of you and also to DT and Margaret. God bless you.
Also join us on 22nd if you are, for you to see how a Toastmaster meeting is run on 22nd of June from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. Thank you all and do have a lovely night.
SAA Evans. We'll stay on the call a little bit to allow those who are completing the form or anybody with any clarification.
Yes,
We
yes,
can
yes.
drop off maybe at 8:30. Eddie Rose, your thoughts?
That is
excellent. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Anybody with further questions, please feel free to unmute or put it in the chat. Or even just to network. This is also networking. I've seen some names and I'm very curious. Who else is very new today? I wish you could put a hand up. Who is really new today? You're not in any Toastmasters club. Flesh Jean, I wonder if you're new. Laval. Mibe, are you new, very new?
Eddie Rose, Christine has her hand up. Over to you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, Christine. I think I didn't see. Oh, Christine Kimemia, most welcome. I hope you enjoyed the session and I hope you'd want to join. Could you tell us where you're located? Where are you based? Christine, you could put it in the chat. Don't feel shy. Okay, I guess if you fill the form, we'll be able to get more information to give you, Christine. You share a name with a friend of mine. I wonder whether you're from that family.
There's a comment on the chat. The form is no longer accepting responses. Maybe somebody can look at it. Thank you.
Okay, Evans, do you want to do that for us?
Let me have a look at it. Technology bananas. Let me have a look just a minute.
And anybody who is bold enough can actually put their number on the chat and we can make sure that we follow it up. We have a future Toastmaster here.
Oh, lovely. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you.
How are you doing?
You're welcome.
Say thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie.
Okay, now you can get back. He wants to be a Toastmaster.
Nice. James would like to speak. He has his hand up. Eddie Rose.
Okay, go ahead, James.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For me, my name is James Geshuhe. I'm a proud member of the Hill Toastmasters. I wanted to confirm for the timing for the Zumaridi and Almasi. You said for the Almasi you meet on Mondays, if I'm not wrong, and then for Zumaridi on Tuesdays. But what about the time? I didn't get that.
No, we all meet on Mondays.
Okay,
but
Mondays.
Yeah, all of us are Mondays, but Almasi is first and third, and Zumaridi is second and fourth. I'll ask Nelly to tell us the times that Almasi meet. For Zumaridi, it starts at 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
To 8:30 for second and fourth Mondays of the evening. Nelly, you can kindly let us know before we take on, James.
Okay, James, for us, we meet the first Monday of the month, it is virtual, and the second and the third Monday of the month, it is physical, and we meet at Times Tower, 12th floor. Welcome. I know your incoming president, the champion of Toastmasters. I have evaluated him a number of times and he's good. I've seen his growth. I have he's changed he's changed the Hill. It's a different club now. A year ago and now, big difference. Because of one person, the power of one. The power of
True
one.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so good to see you, James.
Good to see you, DT and Maggie.
Yes, we're members with him at the Hill.
Wow, fantastic. And that's one of my clubs. They
That's
got
right,
medley from
Julius.
that. They got medley and they took us to Rwanda for the speech contest. Again, they won there. Oh my goodness, this is a club to reckon with. And that's the mentor we have there, DTM Margaret. She did so well. The incoming district director. Hey, CG, everything. President, no, not president, is bringing her down. Eh? Well, what is she? She's
I've been club
there.
president and I had so much fun.
Oh, really?
All these opportunities to grow. James, you want to say something?
Yes, continue. James, you're the next what president, did you say? Is James the next president?
It's Njoroge.
No, it's Njoroge Maina.
No, it's Njoroge.
The table topics champion.
Oh, okay. So James, what are you, which role are you taking up in EXCO?
And for now, I'm not taking any role.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so for now I'm not, but I'm preparing to be able to take one, probably in the next session, but for now, no.
Okay, but at least you're still supporting the club.
Yes.
Wow.
James, can I confess? We were talking about you with our incoming president, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, that James Kishohe needs to join a committee. He needs to tell us which one he wants to serve in.
Yeah, true.
We were talking about you.
Yes, I'm considering joining either SA. I'm yet to be able to just confirm the one, but I'm considering joining one. I'll be able to join.
Lovely.
Yes.
And that goes for every Toastmaster on the call. Kindly join a committee. You grow faster when you're serving. And that's a secret. In Toastmasters, we learn by doing, not by watching. So you're welcome to join a committee, every one of you who's a Toastmaster on the call. Back to you, Adivans.
Wow, that is so true. Hey, thank you so much. And Williams, in fact, I think people need to unmute. Williams, you are making me so happy. I really like the way you are reacting when the story was going on. And I kept wishing I could just tell the lady, oh, please call Williams, which she did. Thank you for ending it so well.
And that's our incoming treasurer at Nairobi Toastmasters Club.
What? Wow. I thought he was not a member. I was going to ask him to join one of our clubs.
He's a member.
Rose, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah. I can see you're either policeman or what is that? The guard at the back? I don't know. Jeshi or something. I don't know, at the back right there.
Yeah, that's my dad's, and it reminds me that when it comes to discipline, you should do it more of like the military guys. He was in the military, even though he retired. Actually, he was a GSU officer, and I've learned a lot from that officer. Even if he's my father, there's some other aspect that I think of in terms of how we carry out our daily activities, how we get into action, gaining confidence, because I think confidence is not something that comes fully packaged. It's something that you build on a daily basis. And Toastmasters has given me that platform. And now I have a structure. I can be able to have a general conversation with anybody, because in the past it was so difficult. And Rose, let me remind you, we were in Nairobi Club. I was seated beside you. I don't know whether you remember me, but
You look so familiar, my goodness. I remember now. I think that was my very first club to attend.
Yes?
Was it at UKC?
No.
Oh, where was this?
No, I'm a member of Nairobi Toastmasters. We met at a TCON. We were together at TCON.
I get it. No wonder you're familiar.
I don't know you're not familiar with. You're not familiar with my structure. My facial structure is because back in the past I had dreadlocks when we first met, and then I had an afro, and now I'm having this style. I don't want to use the specific name that they normally call it, but now I quite think I totally look different, and I like that, being dynamic. And thanks for the compliment.
So
And guess
nice.
what? Eddie Rose, William
Yes.
participated in all the contests, and for 2 of them, we had
Wow.
his mom and dad attend, and some of the family members. It
Wow.
was such a joy and an honor, even
Wow.
getting to receive wisdom from William's dad.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Hey. In fact, at TCON, I remember, who was it? Was it Ken Ogutu who says that if your family members if you've not pulled them to Toastmasters, then you're not doing very well. So I can say I still have work to do. My daughter was interested, but she was talking of, I think, Diplo Speak, and I'm like, hey, where are you headed? We visited once. Today I managed to bring in Evelyn, my sister-in-law, and her brother 2 days ago joined WFP. And he went to church and got 5 people who I think were on call today. And one of them is already joining, but I think is they're joining WFP to give him support. And he used to be in USAID. And so he was actually in Diplo Speak, but he never paid to get to be a member. So I managed to grab him, and Brian was in the meeting yesterday saying, hey, what are you doing there? But that's how it is. You just invite people and it's a spiral effect. So I'm still trying to work on my relatives to join as well. Yeah, that's so good. I'm wondering if some people are still here. Alma, are you there? Mbe, Plash, can you hear a voice? Solomon, Ruth, we'd love to hear you and where you are. Solomon, are you still there? He's got an interesting name. Wow. Hey, Briggs. All right. Oh, okay. I'm not very sure if they're still with us. Wow, but thank you so much. And Tita Margaret, I learned so much. Wow. I hope you wouldn't mind if we keep doing this, because we still have what happened is it was supposed to be put out in the what today I'm calling it a newsletter. What is Lotus? Somebody help me. Lotus is like what? Anyway, the communication channel at KRA. But for some strange reason, they were to put it yesterday and today, and for some strange reason, they didn't put it out, which was a bit sad, because at least everybody would have gotten to hear about it. And again, the notice was short. So we are hoping that we can do this again continuously until we get to the end of the month, at least, to see if we can get people to come on board. And we'd really love you to be, the way you explain.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
For me, I'm practicing how to do presentations. William, opportunities to practice.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, true. These are opportunities. Each and every time I get into a Toastmasters meeting, I'll normally have that fear. I don't want people to know what I am feeling inside. But the moment I start speaking, I'm able to express myself coherently. I'm able to pause at the right time. I'm able to practice more and improve on my skills at the same time, because you're getting feedback. And just like you're saying, we learn by doing. Now that I'm getting into the expo, I can't wait. I can't wait and learn more.
Yes. Wow, we learn so much every time. And I love that story. I just wish people were free enough. Maybe we could have started at the beginning, and this is what we can do next time. We can start with the small games and stuff people do at the beginning. First of all, we
Yes,
can
the
have
icebreaker.
music. The icebreakers, yeah, we need an icebreaker. Akina the Kevins, what's the other guy called? The one from Strathmore. Gray, David Gray.
David Gray.
Yes, we need those. We need an icebreaker so that people get into it. Even this sort of a story at the beginning before it starts. I think that would help. And I hope Ruth has seen that the form should now be working, and you can feel it. But yes, we really need that, and then we need to send out the word early because I tried a few people. Right now they're in Naivasha actually doing something which ends then some conference that normally ends at as late as 10. But one of them promised me that she'll be able to join us the next time. And she would be a good one for us because she's really grown a lot. Yeah, she'd really grown. And then, of course, we encourage them to come and attend the meeting so that they can see the difference.
Excellent. Now, this has been wonderful. And it was such a joy to see representation from different East African countries.
Yes.
Starting with the newest kid on the block, Mauritius, where Hannah is from. We had Ethiopia, we had Rwanda, we had Uganda, we had Kenya, we had Tanzania. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Because I could see from their names. Because I know some of them.
Wow.
Which means
very
next
good
time.
reach, excellent marketing. Well done, team.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And Evans, you're an excellent SA.
Very.
I try my
Well
best.
done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. I think next time, can we agree on the next date, Evans and Eric? I can see what's her name is not here.
Nelly.
What's Nelly? Yeah, I can see Nelly is not here. Because I was thinking Fridays would work. If we could try the next week Friday or the other week Friday. And this time you announce it well enough. In Lotus, it could start from Tuesday or Monday all the way to the end of the week.
We shall discuss. Give a date.
Oh. Okay, I was just thinking of that because I know that we definitely would love to have DT Margaret on board. I know Derek was also willing to support us, but the days didn't align. And for him, I think he's better with Thursday. But I was just wondering, because Thursday, the following day, people are going to work. So, well, we can vary it. And then again, I hear that many of the youth are about to go to do exams. So that's why the sooner, the better. And then see if you can get even the guys from HR, like Mukuri and all. They might be able to join if we give them enough notice. That's what Angeline said as well. But imagine they've done well. Imagine Evans has done well as everything. Presiding officer, SA, Evans. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for hosting us, our area director. We are delighted.
Thank you so much. And maybe you can use this opportunity to tell us which way forward, DT Margaret, what support would you need from us who are here so that we carry that torch even as we move after our one term. We can
Thank you very much. What I keep saying is once a leader, always a leader. For some reason, it doesn't matter how much you try sitting on your hands so that you don't put them up to be picked, you still find yourself serving. And therefore, I've learned to serve without a title and still make an impact, still transform lives. And that's the power of being a leader. You do not need a title. And the thing about networking is that it allows you to enlarge the sphere of your influence. It's Dr. John C. Maxwell who says that leadership is influence. Nothing less, nothing more. And therefore, for all of us who are leaders on this call, I call upon us to continue leading by example. We are Toastmasters. Take up those projects in your path. Complete a particular level. you are challenging not just yourself, but somebody else. Each time you stand to speak to deliver that project, you're building somebody, you're challenging somebody, you're encouraging somebody. And guess what? In the process of delivering, you're becoming a better version of yourself. And isn't that why we are all here? To improve on your yesterday, to get feedback in that supportive environment on what you excelled at and what you can continually work on. And for us as leaders, identify at least 2 skills you want to develop each Toastmaster year. Don't just go it blindly. We are leaders. Which skill or skills do you want to hone? I know William wants to get better and better at storytelling, using vocal variety gestures to enhance the message. Do you know, I work with him as my mentor in that area. He's so good. And he's seeking to grow and improve. Identify, where do you want to grow? What do you want to do differently? Do you want to be able to influence those teams at the workplace? Get results from people without having to command them? How about using your team collaboration skills to create camaraderie, to break the ice, and be able to get results from those that you are working with without having to dangle money? You have soft skills. Leading by example. At the club meeting, take up that TMOD role, that timer role, counter, general evaluator, speech evaluator. Even if you're not called upon to be the table topic respondent, phrase the response to that question. What are you doing? You're training your mind to think on your feet for that day when you will need it. It's Brian Tracy who says that he prepares for an impromptu speech for at least 90 days. How is that even possible, Evans? Did you know the question 90 days ago? Or does he mean that he's exposing himself to knowledge and opportunities so that when that moment comes, he is ready? We have a very interesting theme for the year 2026, 2027, when my term starts in 1st July. It is Rise Together. How do we come together as Toastmasters so that you feel you belong? And the R there in Rise is resonate, a feeling of belonging. The I stands for inspire. How do you get inspired? How do you inspire other people to become better? The S is for support. I need support. You need support. How do we support each other on this journey as we go it together? And the E is for empower. How do you grow in those spaces where you need to stretch yourself and come out of your comfort zone? Rise. Not alone, but together. The theme is Rise Together. The Rise stands for resonate, inspire, support, empower. And it's sitting on the foundation of the core values of Toastmasters International, which also has the acronym RISE, isn't it? The integrity, the respect, the service, the excellence. And therefore calling upon us, wherever we are, you are a leader. Lead. You're encouraging somebody, you're building somebody, and you're growing in the process. I hope that encourages somebody this evening. Back to you, AD Rose.
Wow. The wisdom. Well, I'm even taking notes. Thank you so much. So I think I've really picked that one. Rise, resonate,
Together.
inspire,
Together.
support, and rise together. Yes. Okay, I was looking at the acronym here. Together. Wow. So we need to help people. This is for the incoming presidents and excos especially, I guess. Well, all of us, but let's help people to feel that they belong. Let's inspire. Let's read and get inspired. Let's work with DT Margaret and company so that we get inspired. Let us support one another. Let us also be of support. It's when you support that you also get support. And let us empower. Wow. Wow. Let's make use of those opportunities. Well, that is really nice. Thank you so much, DT Margaret.
Okay.
Asante sana. With that, I think,
opportunity.
yes, so that I think we can release people to start their weekend.
Yes.
We have a few who are young. I'm not sure if everybody here has a family. The ones with families, at least they know they can stay on a bit. The ones without families, maybe they've got plans. William looks like he has some plans for the evening.
I got
So
some
we
plans
can-
for Toastmasters to be having another conversation with other Toastmasters, how they're supposed to prepare speeches, the mentorship thing going on after this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's something I forgot to mention. We have a socials on the 20th of Area 1, 2, and 3 combined at Mass House, starting from 11 to 3. Please, please, everybody's welcome. They say come with a minimum of 500 because we've been given the place for free, but they want us to be able to buy something. So anything above 500 should work. So yeah, please do spread out the word. There's a poster that's been going around. They say dress like a rich uncle, rich auntie, but even if you were not that, just come. Come with a touch of African, just come. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thanks
Let's not
for the
keep it
invite.
for too long. We can, we can leave at our leisure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good
Yeah.
evening, everybody.
Okay, good evening. Thank you.
Evans, you're the host. You can send us home.
My pleasure. My pleasure.